Hey, this is Ripper Cheese. I just want to do a quick video just to show you a few things on this G923, and I'm also going to be comparing with a few things on my G25. After that, I'll show a couple of short clips of me using the G923 in a few different games. So first of all, just so you can see all the buttons that there are, the G920 doesn't have nearly as many buttons. This is more similar to the older G29. And obviously compared to my really old G25, there's a huge difference, though the G25 also came with a shifter that had a bunch of buttons on it. Now, unfortunately, the shifter for my G25, even though physically it'll fit into the back of the G923, the G923 doesn't recognize it, which is a little bit annoying. So just like the older steering wheel, the G29 has these guys to let you clamp onto a desk or a wheel stand. Underneath, you've got the power, the connection for the pedal, and USB, and the connection for an optional shifter, which you can buy separately. So looking at the pedals, this is from the 923 and this is from my G25. They're very, very similar. And on the bottom of both is this flip up carpet grabber thing, which doesn't look like much, but it's actually really effective, and it flips out of the way. Both of them have the stud so that you can mount it onto a racing stand or a cockpit. But the main thing I want to show here is how hard the brake pedal is on this G923. So gas pedal is pretty similar, clutch is pretty similar, but brake, so this is the G25 and this is the G23. It's really difficult to get it all the way down. So as a result of that, you got to be, it's more difficult to operate if you're using a chair with rolly wheels. Obviously, you always want to try and block that, but it just makes it worse. I also kind of like the idea of pushing it up against a wall so that it doesn't slide. The only annoying thing is the cord exits off the back, so that probably could damage the cord. But luckily, the grippy thing actually does work pretty well, so it does hold itself fairly well in place on carpet. So I'm just going to go and show you some clips from playing using the G923 and read my review for some more details.
This is the Logitech G923 aftermarket paddle shifters and aftermarket steering wheel, and of course the additional hub piece that you have to put on. I do like it. It's not bad for the price. Of course, it didn't come with a shifter. I bought the shifter. Shifter was broken, so I brought a Logitech. A Thrustmaster TH8S. Pretty good, 7-speed manual. But I would recommend this. It's pretty cool. If you are gonna run the stock steering wheel, it's okay. I tried it for the first 5 to 6, 7 days. It wasn't bad, but in my head, I was already, right after I was gonna buy this, I was gonna throw on aftermarket pedal shifters and this. Now let me tell you, if you do think that it's going to be your first time and you want to add an aftermarket steering wheel, it's gonna be expensive. Aftermarket paddle shifters, it's also gonna be expensive. These were 30 bucks and I got these off Amazon. This one is actually my steering wheel from my car. I have a 92 Honda Civic, quick release steering wheel, so that's in the shop. And I'm actually working on it, so I took the steering wheel off of it. Most likely later on, I'm gonna end up buying a new steering wheel for my car. But as always, this stays on right here. And if you want to know how to put it on, there's multiple videos, but it's literally a couple bolts in the back, and then you have to take the motherboard off of the original steering wheel. And then if you have the paddle shifters at the time, it's actually a whole lot easier. There's 2 screws. There's one right here and one right here. There's one right here and one right here. So there's 2 that hold these in. And if you're gonna get the steering wheel, might as well get the paddle shifters, because if you get the steering wheel, the paddle shifters are gonna be too low down here. And if you want to put the paddle shifters right after, later on you purchase this, you're gonna have to take the steering wheel, the hub, all the screws in the back, and then these screws in here. It's not hard, but if you don't want to deal with that hassle, it's better off to do that way. I like it. It's not bad, and it really controls with this. I actually play Forza Motorsport, Forza 5, multiple racing games, and I do recommend it.
Alrighty, here I have 2 Logitech G923 steering wheels, 1 PlayStation, and 1 Xbox. Here's why you do not buy the Xbox version. Here you see the setting for the centering spring strength. These are the default settings for the steering wheel, right? The centering spring is supposed to return the wheel to 0, centering the wheel. And these are the readings are accurate. The wheel is not centering. This is the second. Logitech Xbox G923 steering wheel that I have received. They both do not 0. I will show you what it is supposed to look like. Here you can see the centering spring is at 10, half the strength of the Xbox steering wheel. Pretty impressive. Or does it just work?
It's on, it's on. PS4 Pro. It's on PS4. Just not doing anything. This works.
Tengo que meter el clutch para que tenga toda la potencia, güey. Qué mamón. Qué mamón.
One cool thing I do like about this is that it does a whole self-adjusting thing. I've right now got my computer rebooting too. There you go.